Hello, hello, everybody. Hello, how is everything? Welcome back to the channel. I always forget to look at the camera when I'm talking to you. It's quite, good manners. All right, audio works. Everything seems to be working. Cool. All right. All right, amazing. So how is the video quality? Everything is going fine? All right. Can you all hear me? All right, cool. So, where should we start today? Because today it should be a short day. This is like a little bit of a test that I'm doing, and that is because weirdly enough, weekends are not a great day for watching videos. Apparently, statistics and stuff from the channel says that Monday mornings seems to be the best, you know, hour, to do some lives or watching YouTube videos, from my audience. So I'm going to try it this way this time and see how good it goes. All right. So what should we start with? Maybe we should wait for a little bit more people, maybe. How many are we? 3? That's all right. All right. Let me check the engine. Everything is working. All right, maybe we can start sharing the engine just a little bit. And sure. Franco, go ahead. I'm guessing there are right now at in happy hour, and I really don't want to bother them. They need their time to rest a little bit. But be my guest. Maybe some will join. Maybe some will join a little bit later. But that is quite all right. Go ahead and share the link. Everybody, share the link. Share the love. So, couple of things here. Yeah, exactly. Maybe a more relaxed just hearing my voice, SMR, experience of Unreal. So let's start here. So I had this question asked, like someone was doing something with a landscape, and the landscape, Unreal crashed, and the landscape apparently became corrupt. And now they don't know if they're going to be able to, get back to the level, right? Because the level is corrupt, and it's been hard to get it open again because it simply won't open. So what I'm going to try to do is something pretty crazy. So I'm going to try to save this as a new folder, world partition, crazy test. Yeah, because we are going to try to do something pretty crazy. Let's give it a very notable name, something like to test delete. Yep, that's it. Hey Peter. All right, let me just test one thing, and I'm going to get on your case, immediately. I'm going to show you how to fix those issues so you know why they happen and how to fix them. So give me just a moment and I'll be right with you. Let me just try to do this weird thing here. So this is what I'm going to try to do. So apparently what got corrupted was the actual landscape. It's a theory, but we can test it. All right. So what would happen if I get this landscape and I give it, a very distinct name, like landscape delete in, and this is because in world partition, everything works in one file per actor. So that means that Unreal will create this folder where all the actors are separately stored from the actual landscape. And if the landscape is the thing that is broken, we may be able to delete the actual landscape actor, by hand, which might not be the greatest idea ever. But yeah, let's try to do that and let's see how it works. Or if there is any other, alternative, maybe with data layers, it could be a thing, but let's check and see. So this is what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to save everything. Everything is saved. And now if I were to go to this project and I go to the content of this project, you see that you have these external actors and external objects, and you're going to have one of those per each world partition map that you have on your project. So in this case, I only have this one. And if you open it up, you see, there are a couple of things here. Not a lot, right? So maybe one of these is going to be the actual asset. But the thing is that it might not have a distinct name, right? So it may be, very hard to find. So I'm just searching and see if by any chance that cache that is created here, have some resemblance to the original name. So as you see, it doesn't. So this might be harder than we think. So I'm going to go back here for a moment and I'm going to turn off notifications for Slack. That's it. All right, and we're back to the engine. All right, so I'm going to try to do another thing. What would happen if I open, right, these with an open? So does it have, it should have the name, the actual name of the actor somewhere. This might be a lot harder than I would think it would be, because this is ASCII, is not text. So this might be a lot harder. So let me check and see if by any means I can find a way. Maybe on this one, open it up. Yeah, notepad. To delete. I believe there is a way to do a search, an advanced search, and check for an actual name inside, an actual word inside these files. That may be a way to find it, but I'm not so confident now that this would work at all. Yeah, there are, hash everywhere, that are obscuring the actual name of the asset for what I see, right? There is nothing really apparent here. So yeah, this might not be a thing. There might be a way by, creating data layers. So should I? Right, I'm going to give Peter a chance to fix his issues with virtual textures and megascans, because that's a thing lately. And then I'm going to come back to this one. All right. So what is happening to Peter? Well, what is happening is that megascans is a little bit of a mess every time that we talk about virtual textures. And that is because, as you see in this particular, yeah, there are some. So they are a couple of things that I have downloaded with virtual textures. So let me go back to the beginning and see how to use it and why it is wrong. All right. So first of all, you can use, everything that you see here as an MSPreset will be created every time that you add, any new content assets from the Quixel library. All right. That is granted. But where doesn't Real get, this information, right? Because it is copying from some centralized folder and pasting it on your particular project, right? And it doesn't, copy and paste everything. Depends on what type of asset you're creating. It's going to create more or less of these folders right here. And in the case of virtual textures, you're going to see that that is going to be more on the point, right? Whatever you try to add as a virtual texture, it will like grab a copy and paste that copy of that master material as a VT, right? And that place is, if you go to engine and plugin, there is the Megascan. No, it is the bridge. Here it is. So you see in the bridge content is where this original, right, the one that Unreal uses to copy and paste on each project, right? So this is the one that should be, or that should be curated, that should be sane, that should be healthy, right? And inside this one, you should find, all the versions, not only the original versions like the decal, but the decal VT and the first material and the first material VT. So this one is complete. This one is the one that comes with the actual plugin. So I'm guessing this one should be all right. But again, there is another thing to consider, and that is that nowadays, and this is the thing that is giving problems right now. Let me just show you. So you can mess up any megascans and your megascan master material just by converting things to virtual textures. So if you open, any of those materials, right, and you're going to see that, oh, I do have issues. All right, great. So we are going to get to fix them. Cool. All right. So I do have the same issues as Peter. So Peter is going to watch live how to fix those. So as you see, I have a broken material right here. The decorative stone wall, blah, 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 texture. So this one is broken. All right, let's fix it. So you're going to see that as soon as you open it, you're going to see that the material instance have errors. And all those errors are referring that there is some virtual texture, sampler involved, right? So let's check out, first of all, this thing. Did I converted these particular textures to virtual textures? So the thing is that there is no indication of it just by hovering over it. You need to open up and search for VI, and that will show, you know, the texture advanced, virtual texture streaming. So yeah, these ones are not converted to virtual texture. So what is happening is that the sampler in the master MS surface material that is not the VT, right? Let me just assure you. So if you go now and browse where this thing is, this is not the VT version of it. So at some point I converted something to virtual texture, and it converted the non-VT version of this master material. And that was fine until I got to something new from the bridge, right? And that one does not have the virtual texture converted, the actual texture, and it's trying, you know, to be read or assigned to a VT texture sample. So this is exactly what is happening. The actual texture sample is asking for a VT texture, all right? And not on all the channels, just, you know, on the albedo, the combined, you know, roughness map, and the normal, right? So it has the non-VT, has a VT assigned to it. So all you need to do is to open the one that you're sure that is not VT, and you're going to assign the VT. So the cool thing is, normally it doesn't, I don't know why, it doesn't happen for the metalness. I'm guessing because almost none, if any, Quixel bridge asset has a metal map on it. Like this thing is there, who knows why. But you can click on this one and you can search where this linear color, you know, black placeholder is, and you just need to browse to it, and it will take you where that is. And as you see, this one is connected to the one that is on the centralized engine, all right, plugin, all right? So you can choose to use this one, or if you don't want to, you know, keep messing around with this, you can also go to your content, MSPreset, and there are MS textures, the non-VT MS textures, and you can open that one, and you are sure now that you can use the white placeholder, right, for this param. Now, the cool thing nowadays is by just assigning it, and this is why it's creating issues. There was a time when this was like two separate texture samplers, one for VT and one for non-VT. So this won't happen, right? On that way. Now it will change, you know, from VT to non-VT just by assigning a VT or a non-VT texture. So let me show you how that is. So as soon as you select this and I assign that white non-VT texture, the white placeholder, it is solved. Now this one is good. This one is the black. This one is the combined map. So this should be also the white one. So I'm just going to simply apply that one. And remember, I just have it selected in the content browser, and I'm just using the assign the arrow, right, thing, and that's it. And now with the normal, I will do the same. I will select the normal placeholder, and then I will assign it here. And this particular master material is fixed, all right? So that means that the MS surface material and all of the instances that are connected to this master are fixed, as long as you didn't assign virtual textures to the material instance, right? Because there is where everything, you know, goes back and change everything in between and damage everything. So this should be, you know, cure. This one should be working now. So if I save this and I close this, you're going to see that the actual master material, the instance material, should be working all right. It says here that it still have some issues. The creative stone wall sampler requires virtual texture. It shouldn't be the case. It was fixed. In fact, oh, this is the master. No, let me just check it again. So if I go again to, not here, but to my Megascans surface, and I'm guessing was this first one. Are you all right? Right, this one is all right. Nope, it's not. As you see, this one is broken. So let's just check this one also and see what could be the issue. So this one is using the MS default fuzz material. So this one we have not fixed it. So let's fix it right here. And as you see, this one only has this albedo thing not connected. So again, we are going to the safe place, and that is content, MSPreset, the non-VT version of the textures, and we're going to assign this white placeholder, and that's it. Now everything has no compiling errors. We should be able to save this and close it. This is so easy to get wrong. Like, it's very, very, as long as you start messing with virtual textures, you're going to have these things. So I'm guessing like the only safe way is to go edit preferences, editor preferences. And if you want something from the Quixel asset library brought in to your project as a VT, be sure that you go to render. Editor preference is not what I need. It's on the project settings. In the project settings, you are going to be able to go to rendering. And if you go down until you check this out, enable virtual texture support. So this is good. This is wonderful. You could have support without botching everything. But you gotta be sure that the next thing that you're going to bring in, you're going to turn on enable virtual textures on textures import, all right? So what this is going to do is the next thing that you're going to import, sorry, that was not the thing that I wanted to do, but this, right? So the next thing that you're going to bring in the engine will be brought in with a material that's with a master material that supports VT, with a material instance that will have virtual texture assigned to it, and everything is going to be fine, all right? But if you go and actually go to your Megascan thing and you go surface and you try to change, to right click on this and convert it to virtual texture, that is going to simply work, but only this time. The next thing that you bring into the engine without having this render thing import with enable virtual texture on texture import, this is the thing that is going to break everything, all right? Because the next time that you bring something in, it's going to be a non-virtual texture, and the non-virtual texture material will have a virtual texture sampler in, and then from there on, everything is broken everywhere, all right? So that was good. So yeah, that's what's happened to you, right? All right. So that is how you should be able to fix it. And then you simply can go and do things like go to your Megascan preset, and you're going to do a search for materials, and you're going to select them all with Shift, and you're going to grab it and move them, and then don't click away. So what I just did there was this is preparing shaders. It's like loading all those materials into memory. And that is, in fact, we'll check, and it is refreshing the thumbnails. So now I can see the extent of the damage. So I know that this billboard material is broken. This one is also broken. This one is also broken. This one is also broken. All these are all right because they do have a working thumbnail. So you can keep fixing whatever was broken. For example, this one, I'm sure that we have some of all of the samplers completely wrong. Yeah, I made a mess here. So again, just to reiterate, you're going to wear your MS preset. That's it. The non-VT textures, you're going to grab your white placeholder and assign it to the combined map and to the albedo, and you're going to do the same for the normal. In this case, we're going to select this one, assign, And I'm guessing everything else is fine because now we don't have compiling errors. And that's it. We fix one more. And we have still a couple to go. So let's go back. I should have opened them all. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So MSPreset, materials, and this one should be good. I just did one, this one maybe. Let me try it again. So this one, and this one. Just these three are broken. And they said that there are not the VT version, so I'm sure that I can assign no non-VT things to it. So now let's go here, let's go there. We grab this, we assign this one here, and on this one also, and just the normal for this one. This one is done, save. Now let's go to the next one. The same. I know that I have the normal already selected, so I can save time and assign this one here. This one is going to be the white one. You're there. And the albedo is going to be the white one. This one is also ready. And this one is a little bit different. So this is the normal. So assign. And this one is the combined map. So it's a white map. Assign. And the albedo one will also be a white one, and I don't believe there is anything else because we don't have any more shaders, errors, error compilation error. Now we can save everything, and that should do it. Now I just sanitize my whole MSPreset thing. Hello, Kino. How are you? Hey, Hussein. Brand. Hello. Wizard. I wish. All right, cool. That's it. Now everything should be good now. Let's just check. So if I go to, for example, my megascans, everything that I have here should be good. So I'm going to do static mesh search, and I can do exactly the same. I can select everything and just, drag and drop and then click away. What I'm doing there is, loading everything into memory and letting Unreal, redo all the thumbnails. And with those thumbnails, I'm going to be sure that everything is all right. Nothing should show like being with the checkerboard type of error thingy, right? So that's it. Everything is being rendered, and I believe everything is good. So yeah, let's just test this, table, the Teberu, Kino, Taberu. Here it is. And this is the proxy one that was used when I dragged this table from the bridge, so that's why I have two versions of it. This one is good. So everything seems to be now sanitized. Taberu desu. Hi. All right, so Peter, let me know if that was the issue, and if now you are 135 things needs to be saved. Yeah, go ahead and save it. Who knows? Oh yeah, the landscape. Oh, you have issues also in the landscape material? Well, that one you're going to also need to work out on the master first. All right, first of all, make the decision if you want that. Oh, I see what could be the issue. So this might be what is happening. So you have, let me just turn to my camera thingy. So this is the issue. You have a landscape material where you want virtual textures, which is good. So That means that all the texture samples inside the material functions of your landscape material should be ready to accept virtual textures. And that is also cool. What is going to have an issue is if then you assign a non-VT texture from Megascan into that VT thing, because one of two things is going to happen. First, it will clash when you assign it on the landscape material. It will tell you that it will need a virtual texture. And if you try to convert it, then you're going back down the rabbit hole of converting Megascan things. So what you can do is the next. Be sure, all right, that if you go to Megascans, right, and you go surface, and you want to use any of these, all right, as a virtual texture, delete the material instance, right? Grab this material instance and delete it, because that way will allow you to grab all these, right click, convert to virtual texture, and that is going to convert them. But as you see, it didn't went through and convert everything that is connected to it, right? So then these textures are going to be able to be used in your landscape as a virtual texture without damaging all your MS presets or master material for Megascans. All right, Peter says, what about the landscape? It worked, except the landscape. Also, the master material won't save. Be very sure that you only have one instance of Unreal open, because that may prevent you from saving. And what you can do is go and open your task manager and be sure that there is only one Unreal open with that particular project in, or that you don't have maybe another Unreal that just crashed and it's open and it's preventing you from saving that particular material, right? All right. Hello, Jose. ¿Cómo andamos, hermano? Hermano venezolano. Hello, hello. All right, that's it. So, let me know if you make the landscape material work, Peter, and that should be it. All right, cool. All right, hello, Jose. All right, so we address something important here with this. Hello, Jason. Hey. So we are talking about virtual textures and how they are wonderful and how they can make your life miserable. Mostly because, Megascans should have everything covered in terms of the master, because as you see, you have virtual texture masters for each and every one of these. But if you convert the non-virtual texture ones, then you're going to be in trouble, because everything is going to start breaking everywhere. Another thing that you might want to do is at some point you want to open the ones that are on the bridge content and check if they are sane, if they are healthy, right? So we should be able to do that if we do exactly the same. And if I drag this and drop it, and as you see, the ones that are on my bridge content are broken. So this might be why they are broken in many of my projects. So I should, take the time of, sanitizing everything here also, because yes, the ones that are on the bridge content are already broken. So I broke it beyond my project, and I broke it, right into the blueprint, and that will prevent me from using, my normal non-VT materials. So yeah, it is FooBar, my Unreal plugin for Bridge. All right, so Kino have a character questions. What that could be? Let me know. Kino, what are you into these days? I know that you're doing something wonderful, I'm sure. I have some delay, you know, between from what I said. All right, so ins of mouth. All right, I see where you're going. Is that the fact that we don't have like a good ambient occlusion on the mouth of the characters? Even with Lumen and even with Virtual Shadow Map and everything, and with 5.1.1, Inmouth is an artificial city in Massachusetts. No, it's completely different of what I thought it would be. All right, we are in some sort of miscommunication. No occlusion, combining parts. All right. Keep writing there, and I will you know catch your drift really soon. All right. So if this might be happening to some of you out there, this is very easy to fix. So if you go to your metahumans, right, and you bring in any metahuman to your I'm not sharing, that might be a thing, right? So let me close this. I'm not going to set up music today. All right, so I do have a character here. How to use a different part combination in composite characters. Ooh, all right. Oh, the Chaos Collection cage recording on sequencer got fixed in 5.1.1. Cool. All right. That is amazing. All right. So imagine that you have this character right here, right? And this might be a thing that happens from time to time, and that is that you have, you know, level sequence, and you add your character to the level sequence, and now you have all these there, right? And I want to open his mouth, so it should be this control, lower it somewhere about there. So sometimes, and let me change also my near clip plane. Have you check out how cool the search in the console command is nowadays? You can, you know, you can search for terms that are not in order, and Unreal will find out what you need. It's amazing. You can type things in disorder, or just, you know, a word that seems like the one you're trying to find, and the search is going to find it for you. It's really amazing. So this might be a thing, right? So let me lower the speed of my camera a little tad. That's it. All right. So what happens sometimes is that this ambient occlusion is not happening on your side. So you have like this very light up inner part of the mouth. And in this case, it's not looking, it's not so apparent. But as soon as you grab your sky atmosphere and you made this one a little bit hotter, the sky atmosphere, no, the skylight, sorry. Let's put it at 3, something like that. Oh, it's still working. So I might have that change here. So if you are having those issues there, what you can do, and almost no one knows this, if you go to rendering in your project settings and you select, where are you? Forward shading. Did I already turn it off? It is allow static lighting. If you turn that one off, that will liberate all shaders from a lot of instructions. There it is. Oh yeah, I do have it off, and that's why I have that beautiful inner of the mouth ambient occlusion, and that is because for skeletal meshes, you will have a much better ambient occlusion response if your shaders are not prepared to do any type of static lighting. All right. This is in the documentation. I'm not making this up at any rate, but yeah, what would happen is that if you uncheck this, you're not going to be able to do any type of baking, not only bakes for GPU bake, light mask or anything like that. But what is cool is that because you have those little that more space in the actual shader, you get better shadows on skeletal meshes. And those shadows that are, in places like, these innards right here, and, on all those crevices will look a lot better if you just, change that in your project. All right. So Kino says how to use the different parts combinations in composite characters. With the jacket, how do I turn the jacket off for an indoors scene? All right, so this is how, so I'm going to go back to my selection mode and let's play with this Metahuman blueprint, because right there you're going to have the actual answer to all this. Let me show you how a Metahuman works a little bit. So if I open up this BP Christopher, and this is something that I'm guessing that should change really, really early, or, should be one of the next change that the Quixel people will do to the Metahumans. And that is that the actual blueprints are all, top parent classes. I wish, Unreal will provide like a parent blueprint for all your characters and then have childs for each and every one of your characters. Because if you fix anything in one of those blueprints, then you gotta go and fix it on all the other characters, because there are separate top parent classes of the same actor. Because it's the normal empty actor, right, of Unreal. Which is, horrible, a horrible workflow that should be changed fairly soon. All right, so that's it. So this is what happens inside a Metahuman. A Metahuman will have root actor, right? And inside that root actor, that will have, the actual transform. In this case, it's going to have the actual transform of the body skeleton, all right? What would happen is that you have one skeletal mesh component, and attached to it as child of this body, you're going to have feet, legs, torso, face, and you could keep adding, stuff as long as they are all in some sort of skeleton that is compatible with the Metahuman skeleton. So if you find out how to bring in, a jacket or something into Unreal that happens to be in the same hierarchy of bones as a Metahuman, all you need to do is to, create one more here. So go add skeletal mesh, and you are going to be able to, add that skeletal mesh right here, and that would work. In fact, I do this. If you go to my channel, the GUM channel, the Gabriel Unreal Menagerie, there is one particular instance where I set the head of a Metahuman on the body of the Matrix experience extras, and I speak about all these with a little bit more into practice, because there you have things like backpacks, and you have things like mugs and coffee cups, and a lot of other things that are not normally on a Metahuman, and they are interchangeable with a Metahuman because they have the exact same skeleton. All right, so all you would need to do is to add it here. Now that won't be the last thing that you need to do. And that is because even if you drop it in, you need to somehow tell it that if the body moves one way, this skeletal mesh should also move that way. And that you would do by going to the construction script, and you see that there is this enable master pose, and you're going to see one of these for each one of these different child. Yeah, there are childs. There are attached, right, to the same body. So the body is the only one where you set up the animation, and from there on, everything, this feet will copy that master pose, and the legs will copy the master pose, and the torso will copy the master pose, and so on and on and on. So this thing right here, you're going to have to, give yourself a little bit more space, and then copy this thing right here and paste it there, and connect this to that, this to this, and you're going to assign this new skeletal mesh here, and you're going to add it right there. And that's it. Whatever you set up in this new skeletal mesh, this could be, a jacket, right? Or this could be a hat, or whatever you have already working, attach or bind it to a metahuman-like skeleton will work. And that's it. You just select it here. If I had another metahuman, I could show you how, that metahuman could have like the poncho, right? Should I? All right, let's do it. How hard could that be? I know that the poncho have a lot of other stuff attached to it, like physics and stuff, but let's see if we can make it work just as a, example. So I would go to my quickly add to the project Quixel bridge, and I should be able, I believe I only have one metahuman. So if you come along with me and wait till I download one with one metahuman with a poncho, that would work. So you are the one. I don't know if he has the same proportions as the one that I have, but let's try it. Let's download it. It should not take too much to download. I hope this will be a good test and see if the quality of the stream goes to the docs. All right, so that is how I would do it. All right, again, everything for the formables could be a good way of doing it this way. All right, but things like hats that are not deformable, in most cases, coffee cups or any other things that won't really have like a skeleton, you can add simply by adding a socket, and that socket will have the name of that mesh asset, and you're going to be able to attach it, through the constraints or through parenting or through any other means, depending on your workflow. If you're using possessables or spawnables, that should be a lot easier to do. Hello, Andy. All right, I'm curious if it is possible to record facial animations and apply it to a metahuman in the sequencer. I have tried a lot, but could never make it to work. Yeah, you can. You can with the, allow me, give me just a second. Let me share my Unreal and go get my iPad. 1 second. There, back. All right, sadly, I don't have the sharing of the iPad set up in the streaming, but at least you're going to be, able to see how it works. Nope, shut up. There it is. So it's here. This is going to be awful if I start, showing you this thing like this, because it's going to be, The actual app is called the Livelink Face. You can search it in the how it's called, the marketplace of the App Store. All right. Once you get it and install it, you're going to have a camera that you can point to your face. And nowadays, it's a lot easier to make it work with your computer. You're not going to have to do like a lot of edit project settings to it. So I'm going to just try it as it is and see if it works. All right. So you will need either an iPhone 11 or better, or an iPad Pro 2nd generation of better or better, something like that is the thing. Yeah. And once you have that and you install the Face AR from Unreal, you should be able to do this. So I'm going to select the Christopher character. And if you go to the top, you can see that in the details, you should have the Face AR, face subject, and the link body subject. So this is made so you can capture mocap and face at the same time. All right. So in this case, let me see if the subject appears here, and it doesn't seem to be the case. So I'm guessing window, virtual production, live link. So this is my live link. I can set it up here. And no, my iPad, if I look at my iPad, it is not showing there. Not to worry. So I'm guessing that I would need to, I'm not showing my screen for now because I will need to check some things that I might not want to share with everybody. Like, for example, my IP address. So I'm going to run PowerShell. That's right. And in PowerShell, I'm going to type IP config, one word. All right, so that is my IPv address. So it ends up in 021. All right, that's good. I can go to the settings in my iPad. All right. And in LiveLink iPad, I can see that I have the wrong target. So this target, I'm going to delete or change the IP address. So this will be 21. Yeah, 21. Yeah, that's it. Now I'm going to save it. Let me recheck if it was changed. 021, that's it. Now let me test it and see if now will it work. Right now I can see, and now I can show you in my screen, and I just showed you my IP address. It doesn't matter. That's the internal. You still gotta get to me. All right. So now you can see that I have my iPad basic here, a role already working with Apple AR face. And this is working. So that means that if I go to the details on my Christopher character, if I go AR kit, I should be able to get this subject field with my iPad, and I will turn on this thing, and now I can talk, and now I can do, face movements like my mouth, take out my tongue, and, look around and close one eye and the other eye. And did they fix this? Oh, this is fairly new. So now I can raise one eyebrow and the other. No, it's still not. It's a little bit better, but it's not that good. All right, so that is how you would make this work. And if you want to record them, you have two ways, to doing the recording. One would be the actual take recorder. That would work. And the other one should be to do it right from the Face and MVP. Both, are pretty standards. So maybe I should show you one of those. So maybe take recorder is going to be the best. So I know that I have this. All right. Did you unassign yourself? All right. Keep working there. I'm going to open up this sequencer, and I'm going to remove, the control rig for the face and the body. For now, I can redo them, at any point, and that's it. So I have a sequencer that happens to have a metahuman in, and, it has the body and the face, separate in their own tracks, and everything is good. So all that I need now is to open up, go to Windows, Cinematics, Take Recorder, and now, everything is going to turn. Oh, it closed the animation thing on the left. That is a-okay. So this is the thing. As soon as you open Take Recorder, it's going to hijack whatever sequencer that you have here. So what I'm going to do is to quickly give this sequencer that I had open some name, right? So this is going to be the crease sequencer. Let me see if this one is going to work now that I'm thinking of, but it may work. So it's cool. So I know that every time that I go here, it will change, to that pending take, right? But that means that if I now record, it will create, some sequencer in a cinematic blah, 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 blah thing. And that recording is going to be there working, right? But I want to record directly to this character. I'm going to check if that is possible. So the first thing that I'm going to do is to assign actual Christoph right inside here as a source to be recorded. I don't care about the 196 properties. Record everything that you feel, that is going to be good enough. Epic, I don't care. But I don't want to record to the pending take. I want to record to the actual, sequencer where I have this actor, right? And I know that I call it, the crease sequencer. So as you see, it came back. Now I'm not recording to a pending take. I'm recording to this actual sequencer. And let's check out if this is going to work. So it says that there is no valid source to record. Oh, somehow Christopher disappeared from the source. Right, now it's there again. Who knew? All right, now I'm going to set up my iPad right here. And now I can, talk. And I'm going to check out if I can record this directly. This is going to be like an experiment. I really don't know if this is going to be able to assign the thing right here, but let's check. So here goes nothing. I'm going to hit record, 3, 2, 1. And hello everybody, and welcome to the channel. In this chapter, we are going to try to break Unreal. And it did break. That was not good. All right, let's restart and check if we can make this thing work. It crashed. Look, I'm blushing. I'm so ashamed. All right, let's try it the old way. That new thing where you can simply record to an actual sequencer might be the thing here, because I'm guessing it didn't understand, right, that there was an actual metahuman there. So it doesn't matter. For face recordings, it really doesn't matter. It should work, because if you were to, record the body and the face and everything, it might be a thing, but it doesn't matter. Let's now, throw our character in again, and let's try it one more time. So everything should be working, right? So if I grab this Christopher dude and I assign my iPad there, it should be right there. And I'm going to use this. So now I can do this. Yeah. And now what I'm going to do is simply open up my Take Recorder like this and add Christopher in. And now that I know how things are going to be, I'm not going to record all those properties. So I'm going to select the actor, and now I have all the properties of this actor that is the source actor to be recorded. And I'm going to turn off everything. I don't want to record anything from him, but I'm digging in, the same way, that I can dig inside here, Christopher, root, body, face. I need to go the same route, right? So I have the root, I have the body, and I have the face. And here, just in the face, I'm going to be recording an animation track for the face. That's the only thing I need, just one property. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm guessing that he's going to add visibility or something else, but by default, this is the only thing that I want. Now let's try it again. All right, let's see if this thing is going to work. So, should I save? Yeah, why not? Let's save this as new map, ominous name. All right, and the actor got disconnected again. So wait, no. You actor, why did you disconnect it? So connect it again. Oh, just the body? No, undo. The whole actor. The whole Christopher, for crying out loud. Here you are. Oh, now you don't care about the thing that I just did here. All right, cool. Let's do it again. So body, face, animation, that's it. And let's record before this thing crashes again. All right, done. And let's hit record. 3, 2, 1, and hello and welcome to the channel. I'm going to keep it short because I don't want this thing crashing again. And so bye. And let's hit stop. And I believe it worked. I believe it worked. All right, let's check it out. So where is that thing going to be? So I'm done with take recorder. I got my take, and I can now also go back to my character and turn off now this iPad thing because I don't want this dude to be, mocking me. Enough of that, Christopher. And now I can go and open my sequencer, right? And I can reconnect this character here. So assign actor, Christopher, you're there. Now in face, I should be able to track animation, and I should have this animation, BP Christopher scene 101. And this is it. And it's working. It should be that easy. It shouldn't be, more complicated than that. Or as I tried, in the first chance, right? To record to the actual character in there. It's that much easy. Check out the sheriff in the marketplace. There were me. All right. Yep. Yeah. All right. Cool. So for multi-part characters, I would suggest you, Kino, to go to the Epic Marketplace, because this one is the quintessential, and it's not in the marketplace, it's in samples. And it's in samples? It should be in samples. And no, it's not on samples. It is on the actual marketplace for some reason. So if you go marketplace and you search for free, free Epic Game content, and maybe extras should appear. Extra. No extras. I don't know, Matrix. That should be the one. Yeah, the Matrix thingy. No Matrix things in the free content from Unreal. I can't believe it. Matrix. You know what? They did have this issue with Warner Brothers where they had to take out the whole name Matrix and stuff because they run out of the providence of the royalties, stuff. So it's not here, but I know that I have it on my library, so I'm guessing I'm going to find it here a lot easier. So it is why I can't remember the name of those characters. There are not metahumans, so maybe humans, they should be there. Human? No, they're not. Those are the metahumans. Is the extras? No, there are no extras. What is the name of the thing? Now I'm starting to worry that my mind. Oh, crowds. That's how they are called. It's the city sample crowd. So if you get these ones, Kino, download them because this is what you want. This is only one blueprint that has all of these different bodies and clothing and accessories and everything, and you can change, from one to another with just a click of a button. All right. So if you want to find something that works like that, this should be the thing that you should be looking at. You have here like 1,000 metahumans in one, right? Because you have all these randomized things. You can randomize them, but you can also go and pick, I want this girl, with a skirt or a pair of pants or different shoes, holding a coffee or whatever you want. And it is very good how it is devised. And there is the blueprint, there is everything that you're going to be able to check out. It simply works the same way that I just showed you. What it does different than that is instead of assigning more skeletals on the fly, it assigns the skeletal mesh to the skeletal component. So they change, that way without having to have all the possibilities from every different type of skeleton, of every skeleton, but instead just one possibility per each type of skeleton. So you're going to have one for the body, one for the torso, one for the pants, one for the feet, and that's it, and one for the face. And that way you have like these 10,000 metahumans in only one blueprint. So study that one is pretty nice. Sadly, I don't believe there is, like, as far as I know, like an epic actual content that covers them, like that goes and opens them and shows you how they work. And they only have support for 5.0 for what I'm seeing here. So yeah, take it with a grain of salt if they have issues right now. But bring them to your 5.1.1 and see if that works. All right, so we've been 1 hour in the live stream, and I really want to know if you have any other questions, if you are excited about something that you want to talk about Unreal, that we can cover a little bit more of it. If you don't, then we can call it a day. I'm guessing that we speak about a lot of things today, mainly materials and more materials. That thing with the landscape, I don't think is going to be possible, sadly. I'm guessing that fellow is going to have to rely on a backup, because yeah. All right, Kino. Sure thing. All right, the only thing that I believe could really help in that regard, to protect yourself against, issues where you might lose a bunch of work, right? It's like, right, try to never, ever work in just one level, right? In that case, always, whatever you are doing in your work, never ever work in just one level. Now with how easy, you can do things like this. So I'm working in this new map. All right, this is my all persistent or master level, or whatever you want to call it. What you can do is to simply create more levels, right? I can create a new level, and this one is going to be geometry, right? And I can at any rate grab it, drop it inside my engine, zero it out, grab whatever is the geometry, cut it, and then go to geometry, edit, and paste it in there. Paste it, there it is. And now I can simply, hit escape, save, and now that geometry is inside that level. And this is like the new way of working with levels inside Unreal. I need lighting. Well, that's easy. I can simply go here and save my level, just to be sure. Create another level. This one is going to be my lighting level, right? And hit enter, save it, drag, drop it, put it inside my level, zero it out, grab everything lighting wise in my level, like cut it, go to lighting, and you don't have to even go here and click edit. You simply select whatever level actor, instance actor that you have here, and you hit Control E of edit, and you paste it inside, and you paste it inside. And now you simply hit escape, and one more escape, and save everything. And now I save everything with my save all tool right here. And that's it. I'm working in a master empty level, right? That happens to have two levels in it, one with lights and another one with geometry. So whatever happens, to your actual work, materials are global. Yeah, they are. But it's good that they are global for sure. But in this case, if something happens to your actual master, you can redo this master every time. All right. So for example, all right, something got damage in my thing. Well, I can open an empty level, and I can drag lighting, and I can drag geometry, and I will zero them all. And I have my work again in a new map. So never ever concentrate everything into one map. Like the only chance where you still need to do that is with a world partition map, but still the only thing that will be really connected to the world partition map, because you cannot, so the world partition map won't be able to be brought into a non-world partition map level. So that is like a restriction. So you don't do like the running inception. In that case, you still will only have like one thing that can be damaged at a time, right? So if your world partition gets broken, you can still go back to an early backup. But if you have things like your geometry, your lights, your characters in separate, you can only damage so much, right? That's what I mean. So if one of those get damaged, you will only lose the amount of, so you are spreading the risk. If only that one is the one that is going to get damaged, then, that's the only work that you're going to really lose, right? All right, so just tried fixing it, but it doesn't make it protected from the materials are global. Yep. Just try fixing it, crashed my GPU. You know what? In this case, the GPU thing, I'm using like a very, very old version of the NVIDIA drivers, like the latest NVIDIA drivers to me, or in my particular case, I have an Asus PowerBook Pro Art thing with a 3070 Studio Mobile, and with the latest drivers, it was a crash fest. It was crashing every day, every now and then. So I downloaded like a bracket of all the drivers, and I start going back and back and back and back and back and back. And the one that I found out to be very, very reliable was the August 2022. So that one was working very, very well. All right, we have a new subscriber that is saying hi. Hello, how are you? We are almost done for today, but thank you for coming. The recording is going to be shared as soon as we end up the live. So it's going to be there if you want to review it. And I want to thank you all for coming. We've been in for 1 hour and 10 minutes. And I'm guessing for a lazy Monday, I don't want to steal more of your time. And I'm guessing I will, check out the statistics. And if everything is cool, I might go back to Saturdays, maybe try on Sundays that I believe I never had, or, keep doing it on Mondays, right? So this is a good hour. I believe that thing is, unquestionable, having this central. So when it's 1 o'clock here in Argentina, it is 8 o'clock in Los Angeles, is 11 o'clock in New York, and is only 5 o'clock in London, and mostly, 6, 7 o'clock in the rest of Europe, right? So I'm guessing will be the time from now on. This is like settled. The day is still, a thing. Should I, do it on a Monday, on a Sunday, or a Saturday? But yeah, thank you so much for coming, and I love you all, and I want you all to be good to each other, and I will see you on the next one. So